Bruno's Bar was a bar in downtown Steubenville, Ohio. It was there for more than half a century. The owner and operator was Frank Cheech Saraceno. I think the bar might have been started by his father. Frank was born in Italy. He came from that tip of the boot, and his mother used to warn him and his sister that gypsies were going to come out of the hills and snatch him and take him away. He came to America, arrived at Ellis Island, and I asked, was it like in the movies, that awe-inspiring story where you see the Statue of Liberty? He said, no, it was cold and rainy. I was sick from the boat, and we were below deck, and we get off the boat, and they made us stand in line, and they turned my eyelids inside out, and his mother had to sew money inside the lining of her dress. Frank always had these wonderful old stories about Steubenville, how you could get on a train and go up to Pittsburgh and hop on a trolley and it would take you over to Forbes Field to watch baseball games. Never could get past, though, that Frank was always a lifelong Dodger fan. Frank loved movies. We always talked about movies. About 4 years into knowing him, he suddenly said, oh, I was in a movie once with Humphrey Bogart. I went, what are you talking about? He said, oh, yeah, I was in the Army, and they used us as extras in the movie Battle Circus. And Humphrey Bogart, Keenan Wynn, June Allison was in it. They were real nice to us. And I'm like, you wait 4 years to tell me this story? It was a great story. The Deer Hunter came to film in Steubenville, Ohio, and in the area. And they wanted to use his bar, and they made it up to look like an old bar, which he didn't have to do a whole lot. And he was sad, though, that they didn't put it in the movie. Frank worked at the local movie theater, Paramount, and when they tore it down, he was kind of sad about it, that he went and got a brick from it, and he kept the brick for 40 years. He always had these little stories, like he was out on the boat one day and the police asked to use his rope, and here they towed a dead body to shore with it, or that he was in the bar one day and he was talking to his brother-in-law, and they looked back, like in the booth, and his brother-in-law died in the bar. He never ate a taco. That was our biggest argument, how he could never have had a taco being over 70 years old. And I said, well, I'll go get us one. And he goes, no, I don't want any. And I said, well, you like hamburger? Oh, yeah. And cheese? Oh, yeah, eat it on the hamburger. Well, then I'll bring us some tacos. No, I don't want any tacos. Drove me crazy. One day, this police officer had this lecture in the lecture hall. We worked at a community college, and he had this grid up on the wall. It was the organized crime chart. And Frank said, I don't know that one guy. I said, well, Frank, I don't know any of them. And he goes, well, that's my Uncle Louie. There's my cousin Eddie. That guy's a friend of the family. He knew everybody but one guy in the chart. And all I could say was like, hey, Frank, we're on good terms, right? And Frank just had that sort of dark sense of humor that we both shared. He died November 22nd, 2015. There's a tombstone in Mount Calvary honoring him and his wife. And when you look around, all those tombstones, those are the people that built Steubenville. Sure, the mills drove the economy, Steel Valley, and drove the economy of Steubenville. But there's thousands of businesses. That's what gave Steubenville the character. And it's a human story. Frank Saraceno was Bruno's Bar.